Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. Today we will have the sales cycle or to see order to cash. We will quickly create the like sale item and then one customer, and we will proceed with this sales order, then the sales invoice and the payment asset. We will go to list accounting. I comes new. We will create a service for sale. Hmm? Let us create one unit also. This conversion rate based means like this particular, if you want to have the, for example, like I am creating a unit of measure and like kilogram. But it can be converted with the grants also. We will enter the conversion rate or whatever is the base unit here. And then in the below line we will enter the another like unit type on, in which we will convert this. We will keep it as fun. We have this number. We can't, and the different prices for the different currency. Different currency. Before those, like target at the item level only, you are sola. It will be something. But we have this currency. Let me take. We don't. What is a quantity on the top? We have to change that, or it's basically the table only. See, the quantity means this table is for the calculating the discounts. Let's say at which level we want to calculate the discounts by line quantity. Whatever the quantity mentioned in the transaction line, it will calculate discounts on that. Your option is by overall item quantity by quantity of by overall schedule 1. They are different, like parameters of the discount. Basically, this is calculated discounts. We will remove that, count it to the processing schedule. Any counting again, we will map the encode. Oh, that we are taking this as in the phase transaction, there is no option. In this part case, invent the sorry, like in the while creating the purchase item. We haven't we generated a gross ID, but as sales order level there is no option. Such option there in the next slide. They can be fulfilled and receive is only for purchase. You can create that transaction which is item fulfillment. There is not going to be any jail impact. That's something which we received. It's a source. We will create a customer now. This relationship question. Thank you again. There are some cases which we can call like anger, or we can also believe brand also. Let's talk. Basically, the status customer flows. They are different status. When we create a new customer, that before status is a smart close one because that customer is our like. Let's say we are creating a customer. Obviously, we are taking this, we are basically giving our services the customer. But this status basically comes from the C. Raman cycle. Oh, from the LES. Let's say I create a lead. And until my lead is convertible to a prospect and prospect is converted into a customer, that only this status will change. If in the lead level I create a new prospect, and I change the customer status for the loss customer, the 1P and the customer, it's just the lead is lost. Before it is a little account is simple. If we have the action information of the customer, we can tag here the extra distribution number, and it can trigger some balance. But we have to add the currency in which the customer can make the payment. We can take the different currencies. Let's say we are raising the customer to the invoice in the US. And either customer pays in the US or in the Canadian dollar or any other currency. In our session, we will receive CAD only. It will get converted. A transaction says an enter sales order. Sales order is created once the customer asks for the service. They approach you, or they are placed on order, or they have, after that you initiate this process. Yes, say, not just for the customer. Oh, like it is same in the B2B cycle, go to a cycle. Like there we give up a change to order to the client. Here we give us a not to request, but that is a sales order. Or if there is, like, we are not giving the sales order, it can be any agreement, any contract with the customer on which it will be given, but that agreement is like outside that should, and we just can have that agreement in some way. Sales line term 01. We have created a sales order. Now we'll open a customer and we'll show something. Are you consistent with the material? This is my customer. Going down to the financial information. Hmm. You can see my the currency conversion. Let me show. In theory it is 1 per 1. If you are trying to be, I'm going to be here. That's you can see here also 1307. That's in $. Now we can build this. You can see that. We can do this. We can create a, now you can see the sometimes 30 or 45, that is for 11 day. Let's say we are. We are taking this to keep us, and then mass amount. Addition. It will go. What about it? Basically, the GL, automatically GL created by the, all the advanced will go under that GL. It's under the question about. And the region like one, the undiphobic part, bank. Because breaking off in between, I'm not about to hear your property. Now it's better. I think I'll also. I've said 50% of the payment from the customer. Yes. As of now, I think not. I've shown in the like bank account. It has gone to the undiphobic part. But usually not a case. Let me check the question. Oh, this great phase. Come on. And under this tab, there's option where you can have the whole recent record. Like you are working on some transaction or report, and you are like close to it. If you want to be open, and you can just go there, and to one that once you log out, it will go. It will not go there. As you can see me, this is the project. it's going to be a pound, or we will select our, there's a count, and then we will save. Now we will check the jail effect. Jail effect is coming. There's 6 or 3.500 over. In our bench, we have received case by converting the transparency. Basically exchange, it is auto generated over. We can enter our own exchange also. Oh, I'm saying now moving next, we will create a bill from the sales order. Basically the same voice, that's invoice. All the victims are already there. There's some settings which is showing that we can't and be invoice number of our own. It has to be represented on. It is showing amount US 500. No, that's the jail effect will be our accounts are similar to the other income amount. And again, if like the P2P cycle, if I want to enter the yesterday we went to a vendor, get it now here, we can also enter that no as well. But this we will not. Going to select the bank account. We will have the and before you do it for what does it mean on the, let's say a customer has given a check payment. Basically there is an option that we have like and bring up payment entry in the books of account. Make a smart balance can be like it can be fully like we can accept the payment from the customer. But instead of showing it to the account, we can show it to be under for reference. Once we will save it in the on the budget reference. How we can the after what the budget is same into the bank account. The budget is we will go to the transactions bank and make deposits. Earlier the entry which we have entered for receiving the customer, we have entered the customer. Now we are entering the take deposit entry. Deposit. Make deposit. All the There is no need to select any customer here. There are 1,000 entries lying. You'll be undilated. All will come here. You just have to select and then SI. Transaction bank. Deposit. You read them. All of the undeposited funds here can show off. We will go back to the invoice which we have entered versus list. Oh, now under this let me report. You can see there is a transaction deposit application. But we haven't entered any deposit application. How it has come from where it came. You remember we entered advance payment first party, was it yes 200? Basically they are features in the next site, like both in the case of advanced payment to the vendors. Or either we receive the advanced from our customers. Once we invoice is created or the vendor will is entered into the next site, it automatically gets applied. It automatically gets applied and linked with the invoice. But there has to be a sales order of purchase order. If there is no link, it won't apply. Oh, I see. For example, like I create a standalone invoice. I go to our transactions and I will create a for it. Sales, I will create a create invoice. And separately, I will enter an advance payment from the customer also. How is it? How this is to be like a nice that this invoice is related to that advance payment. Because there is no link. The sales order is our link. In that case, we have to manually apply that. We will take one example of that also. We will go to the customer. First, I will deposit a record because I suppose it. My personal invoice is broken. If you have to take a Darten, you can see there is an option of sales orders. We are not mapping the sales order. We will just save that. Now we will go back and create an invoice. And then I can paste all the results, the invoice. Now Listerta is open and we have the Cosmode positive here. We have to enter a deposit application. There is another transaction which is deposit application, but deposit application you will not find with any navigation. We have to open the customer deposit only and click apply button. Once we click on the apply button, we will get a deposit application. But if any other transaction you will find with the navigation, also there is no navigation for this. Now for the deposit application, you have to open that deposit only. Automatically we are. Once we click on the deposit, the apply button, we will get invoices against which we want to apply. We will get the apply button and then we will say, now if I refresh my screen, it is shown as painful. I will say, this is the other way to apply the payment to the customer if there is no sales order. If there is no sales order and we have received the advance, Yes, if there is no advance, then we will simply, if there is no advance and we will simply create an invoice, then accept the payment. Once, like if there is no advance then, and to normally receive the payment against any invoice, we will enter the sales. We will enter the customer and the customer payment. I will enter the customer payment after my select and my customer. Funding invoices will appear. There is something like, let's say it has each type of transaction for different processes. Like for advanced, there is going to be a different transaction for receiving the payment. there is going to be a different transaction. It mainly depends only type of like an accounting and you want to create. I say, let's say I am receiving the advance payment from the customer, but I don't want to show into my liabilities side. I just want to directly show into my customer account. I can enter that customer payment also. In that case, see, I will select the customer. Now there's no invoices here, but I can enter a amount and save it. System will allow to save. What will happen? The payment will receive without applying to any noise, and once there is an invoice in the future, then we have to manually adjust. Then you can accept the payment from in the system, and then once we will like enter the payment, my real impact will be there like bank to customer, bank to customer, bank to trade receiver. But in the record customer deposit case, it was bank to customer deposit. Basically, that entry will not in play, that customer deposit entry is not going to be in play like a stone in any customer ledger or neither in the customer settlement. See, because there is no trade to save all GLS, there is no, if you are showing the account the same. Basically, the type of transaction depends on the actual processes using any of the digestion. Also, like could be a result of the accounting entry. That each organization may have their own policies with respect to that. You know how to apply payments. They may already be having a process for that. See, I am from the main like core accounting background only. Basically, what happened is I receive an advance from my customer. Until I deliver these services, that amount is a liability to me. Correct? Correct. Ideally, it will come into the other current liability, which is our customer deposit and the other kind of. If I open the chart of the account, as you can see, customer deposit is coming under the other current liability. The other current liability. The same way it advanced when we gave up like advanced payment to our vendor, that will come under other current asset. Other current asset. The standard accounting principle is to have dead advances in shown under the balance a balance sheet in the current liability account. We will check some reports now. That's what we just now did is the order to cash. Is this process? It's order to cash. We will check some reports. Our customer is here. We will get a report available. We will get a report available and that it customer is available, like customer by sales rep, customer by territory, customer profitability. But as of now, we will get the data either in the AR research. There is no aging as there is no new. We will check the AR register and we will also check the AR. Our payment is same by invoice. Let me select this subsidiary. We can almost spot here. This is my RR register, a transaction related to this. The invoice. It's showing the deposit application also, but not report. The deposit not shown here. Let's take example. I have one and then I have the deposit application. Yet, but I have only two invoices. This 1307 and one is 2250. And there is no deposit application entry and no payment entry. But I do have the housing like dollar in the deposits. This AR register is not showing the actual picture. This one 5.7 from the customer, but customer has paid 1001. No, not showing here. That is something you can say. Limitation, or you are not showing that only the transaction which are mapped to be account receivable JL will come here. Will come here. Our register is there. Then we will see this AR payment is given invoice. Under this transaction, in this report, we will get the by invoice by history. By invoice. Like for example, this is invoice number. This was invoice and the cash is my voice. This is invoice, like we have entered this invoice. Invoice is there. Then the deposit application is there. Then payment is there, percent. Same report, we can see under the customer regimes, a WAPI payment is also. Here we will get according to the payment transaction, either the deposit application or it is payment. Under the sales, Sales by customer, sales by item. Open invoices we can see like sales by item. We can ask school here. If I like management want to see what is my subscription services sale, we can sell is like there is a ready support services provided by the company. My sales from the support services. We can have like we can view the sales on the envelope size. Like item summary sales for you. Summary. That's a good question. Like a 5 envelope, 5 type of services. We can create an item for each type of service, like subscription service support. Lastly, and we can view how much it is like only monthly basis. But are we revenue for each line of business? I saw another one that sales taxes. If you slow down on this one on the reports, say taxes. Like there is some report available on this site. We can see the sales tax or sales tax. But tax up. I don't know why either I will get any. Because we haven't taken any sales tax on our but once we have we can check the same into this report. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.